2-1 on the season. Up next, I think it's our first ever game against them, even though they've been in the other division like this whole time. Old Dominion. Again, another conference game. We only have one non-conference game left this season. That is in week 7 against the University of Miami. Not Ohio. I wish it was Ohio, but it's not Ohio. We got a couple of recruits who are ready to visit. Old Dominion 2-0 on the season. Interesting. See more about them in a second. How are we looking for recruits here? Everybody happy? Everything copacetic? How we doing? Anybody that I need to get rid of? Not yet, at least. Okay, what about the athletes? Obviously have a lot of them. For the most part, we're looking pretty good. We got a couple of guys who are ready to visit. Brandon Jackson. Just get him scheduled for the bye week. It's fine. Same for Fuller and same for tight end Glenn Wilkerson. Okay. That means we get to bring our attention to this game here. They are a C-ranked team. Oh my god. We have to win this, man. We absolutely have to win this. Please. God in heaven, please. Again, 2-1 on the season wheels, 2-1 in the conference. We beat Michigan, lost to Georgia Tech. Those were non-conference, and then just pulled off an insane comeback against Marshall. And rainy nights. We can't really afford to lose this game either. SB Ballard Stadium. We'll call heads. And again, will Belichick defer it? No wind to deal with. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 7-0 Wyoming. 14-0 Wyoming. 21-0 Wyoming. 21-7. 28-7. 28-14. 35-14. 42-14. 42-21. 45-21. Now 27. 45-33. That is it.
No touching! No touching!
No interference needed. 51-33 over Old Dominion. Hand them their first loss of the season. We put up points in every single quarter. Offense died out a little bit in the second half, but the job is done. We are 2-0 in the conference. 3-1 on the season. Another 6-touchdown game for Hickenbottom High Noon. I mean, it's a shame we only have this guy for one season. He is ridiculous. He is absolutely ridiculous. Whew. Bunny, take it easy, by the way. Thank you for hanging out as always. All right, we're looking good. I don't know if we'll be ranked again. We might. We do have Yeed Your Last Ha, our head coach, getting another upgrade point. This will allow us to have our visits be more profitable. And it also opens up room for the extra off-season recruitments. But honestly, our next goal is to max out those visits. That'd be huge for us. Week 6, another first-time matchup. They were relegated last season. Colorado State. Too bad it's not like modern NCAA where there's some guys playing 7 or 8 seasons. Oh man, that'd be fun. Where did that guy... fuck, what school was that guy going to? Was it Miami? He's getting like his 9th fucking season or some shit like that. I want to have that guy on my team. First time meeting against Colorado State. It was Miami? All right. Cam McCormick, legend. The Billy Madison of college football. We are ranked again! Number 25. We are at the tail end of the rankings. But we're back, baby. We're back. Now let's hope we don't ruin it this time. It'd be very Wyoming to immediately ruin it. Fullback, we're looking good. Hawaii is our big competition. Still looking good for all the wideouts. Looking good for the 2 tight ends. Linebackers, looking okay. Still good. Still good. All right, athletes. Still looking pretty good for most of them. We got 9 players ready to visit. We'll get these scheduled for that bye week coming up. And again, obviously, sometimes you can get more points depending on who you schedule them against. But my goal is to secure players as soon as possible. Get Ben Hill in there as well. All right, nothing else to do recruitment-wise. We're practically on rails right now. Colorado State. This needs to be another win. They have the 2nd worst offense in terms of points per game in the nation. This has to be pure dominance. No doubt about it. I don't think I've seen Colorado State's uni set, though. Is that Ag Day or AG Day? I kind of like that, though. State Pride. Ooh, those are nice. Those are real nice. All right, Colorado State's got some good unis in this game. I like it. Thoughts on the Lindholm trade? Frank, we did talk about it a little bit towards the start. Good deal for both. I think on paper, in the early stages, Calgary did well for themselves. It all depends on how Lindholm does. Based on what they gave up, I'm happy he went to Vancouver instead of the Bruins giving up what would have been like Frederick Poitras in a first. Like, I'm good. Might be proven wrong. Maybe they win a cup with Lindholm, but yeah, I'm good. Right, ooh, the Border War. The Canvas Stadium. They got a nice little setup here, don't they? A pretty little stadium. Not little, but I like it. All right, call heads as we do. We won it again. And we will defer. Fair enough, K-Town. Here we go. Come on, boys. 7-0 Wyoming. 14-0 Wyoming. 21 zilch. 21-3. 28-3. 35-3. 35-10. 35-17. That's it.
No touching! No touching! No touching!
2 in a row, baby. 49-17 over Colorado State. The boys roll to back-to-back wins after we had to save them against Marshall. I think his 3rd 6-touchdown game of the season for Hickenbottom High Noon. This guy is going to be in the running for the Heisman at this rate. Insane. The defense shows up. 49-17. Undefeated in the conference. At 3-0. Let's go. Let's go. Let this be the year. We cannot waste a quarterback like this who should have been playing at least SEC football this year. We cannot let his efforts go to waste. We can't. Yeah, we can lose to Miami coming up. That's fine. We need to get promotion. For the love of God, we need to get promotion. As we should be going up in ranking here, hopefully, although Colorado State, I love the phrase, at least SEC football. I knew you would. Somebody would. Can we dodge, can we dodge some paperwork? Yeah, right? It would be nice. Any good news on the recruitment front? More players ready to visit. Number 23, your Wyoming Cowboys. First time we've been ranked in back-to-back weeks. We didn't immediately blow it. How are we looking for the recruits? Fuller looks great. We're looking all right here. We need some dominoes to fall so we can start putting more points onto certain players. Minimum SEC, not quite MAC. Yeah, not quite Conference USA level yet. Let's be honest. SEC though, yeah, go ahead. All right, let's get these other visits scheduled here as soon as we can. And the sooner the better. We do have quite a few home games coming up after the bye week, so that should help us out late in the season if we can clear out the board quickly and then try to find other JUCOs that are still out there. Hurricanes are 2-3 on the season. We are actually better on paper than Miami, who have one of the worst offenses in the country. Again, it's a house money game. This only matters to us for ranking and bowl game potential. Wins. That's what matters for this game. Has nothing to do with conference or potential promotion. Miami's got some sick uniforms, man. They really do. They really do. I love their uniset so much. Can you give me... What is it? White, orange, white? I can't change the bucket. Ooh, the yellow top, though. Oh, we gotta go with gold pants, don't we? And Gad, take it easy. Whew, what's the benefit of redshirting a player? You do get to keep them there for one. So it's risk reward. If you redshirt them, if they're a sophomore, they'll be a sophomore next season. But they can also get mad and leave because, hey, I want to play. So that's the give and take.
Hi, everybody. Reese Davis with
Oh, it's raining in Miami. Who would have guessed?
NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan.
Let's go.
Innovation that excites.
Let's go. Let's go. First time playing the U. Here we go. Play. Miami. Oh, God. Well, much like Will Smith, I'm about to smack a bitch. Sorry to Chris Rock. I love Chris Rock. I didn't mean to call you a bitch, but do you usually... So, freshman red shirts, if it's like a 5-star or even a really good 4-star, be careful about redshirting them. Oftentimes, you can redshirt them in their sophomore year and be okay. But... yeah, it's all risk reward. The reward's great, but the risk can be huge. One of our biggest games of the season. We're now 4-1. Our only slip up to Georgia Tech, which we only lost by a field goal because we went aggressive. Miami's defense is playing really well so far. Really well. 9-0. 15-0. 15-3. 15-10. 15-13, 21-15, 27-15. How about them Cowboys? What a second half.
No touching! No touching! No touching!
37-15. An unbelievable second half where we outscored them 37-6 after they shut us out in the first half. We beat Michigan and Miami in the same year. Oh my God. Numerous field goals from Byron. Whoo! A squared, in my experience, freshmen are more likely to get upset than sophomores. One play from beating Georgia Tech and being undefeated. And yeah, Miami had one touchdown. The 22-yard touchdown pass. That was it. 3 touchdowns for high noon. Completion percentage wasn't as high as it normally was. Odiferous Tickle with a rushing touchdown. I don't know what the hell happened to us in this game as to where we just struggled to get out of the gates. A squared, it's no problem. I don't mind answering questions to help out someone new to the game. Oh, Oh, goodness. Miss Queen, what's going on? How are you? Passing attack. Sorry, I got a good stretch going on. Passing attack in the rain. That's fair. I should have checked the number of drops. I think I still can. 5-1 for Wyoming. And I see the stat line from that particular game. Again, heading into the bye week as well. Whoops, didn't want the game summary. EA NHL, imagine being able to do this. Only 3. 1, 1, and 1. I know the latter 2 are blocked off by the webcam, but yeah, only 3 drop passes. We just struggled out of the gates, but holy hell, did we turn it on in the second half. 5-1 heading into the bye week. We'll be a ranked team. Only 1 slip up, and again, you could say what would have happened if we got into overtime. I don't regret going for it. I'm mad I didn't win, but I don't regret going for it. What a win, man. What a win. 37-15 over Miami. That's nuts. They're not quite the power they were, but they're still a really good team. Any good news? In terms of recruitment, we have a lot of visits this week. Still nobody locked in, but a hell of a lot of visits this week. Number 19, our new highest ranking. 5-1. Mad we played. Oh, dude, the Marshall game makes no sense. I mean, realistically, yeah, we shouldn't have as good of a record as we do right now. Like I said, I mean, if in this reality, it's like, well, you got to lose the Georgia Tech game to come back against Marshall, that's a trade I'll take every single time, based on what that conference game against Marshall meant to us. We are still looking good for every possible recruit that we have on the board. Let's get these next sets of visits scheduled. There's going to be a lot of people visiting this week. This could be an absurd amount of recruits in this next week. Absolutely absurd. But in the bye week, again, we are ranked. Georgia Tech's up to number 8 in the nation, so they're no slouch. Not at all. They're undefeated at 6-0. 90 overall team. I mean, we can't be mad about losing that game. But again, look at us, huh? Number 19. We're ahead of Michigan. The fact that Michigan's 2-3 and we beat them down so badly, but they're only 1 spot behind us is nuts. Georgia Southern. Well, that might be our opponents in the conference championship. Good for them. Wow. Let's take a look at the conference standings here. So Akron's not too far behind. We'll have to be very wary of that game. And yeah, Georgia Southern on the other side. The independents are currently these 6: Bama, Ohio State, Penn State, Auburn, Clemson, and Texas as the Elite 6. I have to know. Long way to go. Long, long way to go. Interesting. Let's get to the bye week, and let's hope we just lock down a hell of a lot of recruits. We're 5-1. We're ranked. Our quarterback is currently the favorite for the Heisman. And we're in the fucking bottom tier Sun Belt Conference still. Let's be honest, one of my biggest mistakes... Well, no, we had a different quarterback last year as a starter. He was also more of a pocket passer. He wasn't as slow as Hickenbottom is, though, so... Or like Highs Noon. That's tremendous. Let's go! Brandon Jackson, who will likely end up being our quarterback. We get a corner in Pedro Davis, so now we no longer need a safety, because he could be it. We also get linebacker Peter Key, another corner in Sean Pruitt, another linebacker in Jackson. So those are the linebackers taken care of. Our fullback is taken care of. One of our tight ends are taken care of. Tremendous. So now we need a quarterback, a wideout, and a tight end, and we're set. Oh. Number 18 in the nation. Coastal Carolina is next. Let's take a look here now. We can do different things with the points. Let's schedule these visits really quickly, because we're not necessarily going to give up on anybody. So at quarterback, we don't have anybody. Running back, we got our fullback. We still need a wideout. So let's go ahead and reset all the points. Because we need wideouts, we are still going to fight for the vast majority of these guys, although most of them we don't need to put any points on. We do need another tight end. We're going all in on Frank Jones. He's not good, but we need him. End of. Linebackers. Now, we technically don't need another linebacker, so we're going to go very low points on Brad Hughes, Pat Moss, David Smith, and Terry Jenkins, at least for the moment. Again, we also now no longer, in terms of team need anybody here. And I mean, Ben Hill, it's an absurd lead. And then the athletes, obviously, most of them are super high quality. So, we have a choice now. We don't have the ability to unlock players that don't want to be here. Not yet, at least. We now have the ability to look at the other positions that we haven't scouted out yet to see if there's anybody crazy good that we should target instead of the dudes that are already on the board. Let's look at running backs first. Obviously, quite a few players will be locked at this stage, but now is our chance to maybe get into the conversation late for some players. If there's anybody out there that kind of fits the bill of what we're looking for here. Anybody else? 65 and up to start. Okay, that's that. We looked at fullbacks, we looked at wideouts, we looked at tight ends, offensive line. There will be very few options. Yeah. What about a guard? How many guards to add to the list if 30% is still our cutoff? Dude, it's looking like it's mid-60s. Nobody there either. And then it's center. Okay, nobody there. Defensive line. And again, if we don't really find anybody to add to the list, then we just go all in for the dudes we're already targeting. Do we have anybody? Andre Tyler could be decent. Brandon Bryant. And we're first on his list. He's out of Wyoming. First on his list without having talked to him at all this season. Daly was only a 62. Hello, but I hate you because you're not interested. That guy could have been fantastic for us. Those are the type of players I don't really expect to see on the board anymore. 66, Marcus O'Neill. And their base overall needs to show a 65, and then we'll scout him from there. Pedro Lee doesn't work for us. Yeah, a lot of these guys aren't eligible. He can fix Michigan, it's fine. Defensive tackles. Obviously, we have a lot of DTs. We had to cut a couple of people, but again, right now, it's just can we find a steal that's somehow still out there? Jeremy Jones could be that. That is the target right now, is just try to find some steals that can make us second guess. Hello, DeMarcus Brown. Who we are now targeting and investing points into. All right, we looked at linebackers. We looked at the secondary. We don't really need a kicker or a punter. Although I am intrigued. Just to see if by some miracle there is a god walking amongst us. Robbie Jacobs. Okay. Let's go look here. See these new dudes that we put onto the board. So at running back, Ryan Brown isn't going to cut it. Blake Young also isn't going to cut it. But the wideouts, we had already looked at them. On the O-line, there was literally nobody. D-line, Tyler is a 70. Bryant just misses. Defensive tackle, Jones just misses. Brown is a bust. Tough to say that there's really anybody out there then that we should target. Let's take a look at this punter. Well, offered him a scholarship accidentally. He's an 83. I mean, screw it. Aside from Robbie Jacobs, there was the one defensive lineman in Andre Tyler who's okay. We can start looking for him. So in the meantime, then. Again, we needed another quarterback. So the athletes... Let's see. The athletes get top priority in terms of points. Then the wideouts. And the remaining tight ends already there. And then we can divvy up points to anybody else. Obviously, some dudes don't get too much in terms of points. For Tyler, let's get him on to 50. And put 100 on Jacobs for the week. See where we stand from there. Coastal Carolina. They're 4-2, 2-1 in the conference. They are a divisional opponent. B- rating. They're not bad. This could be a trap game. This absolutely could be a trap game. They failed to help us out last year, winning a game that we desperately needed them to win. See if we can get our revenge here. Shout out to Caleb Williams, who they just never spotlight. Never, ever. Because we still have the top offense in the nation right now. Number one rushing defense. Our passing defense is still abysmal. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Here we go. Keep in mind, 65 sophomore 72. That's true. That is true. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
0 calories. Enjoy everything.
We will defer as we do. All right, boys. I would love another no-touching win here. As much as I enjoy playing the game and capping off some big comebacks. I would love a no-touching. Shout out to Brad the Newfie. Good morning to you, Brad. It is early over there. 10-7. Pretty low scoring. 17-7. They failed to score somehow. Still 17-7, 20-7. Wyoming is going to do it again. Not the most convincing. It was the defense more than the offense. Wyoming is 6-1.
No touching! No touching! No touching!
Let's go. Actually in Ontario, but originally from New... Okay, that makes sense then. That makes sense. Well, Brad, we're happy to have you here either way. As a fellow, well, I mean, I'm as close in the U.S. as you can get to New Brunswick and Newfoundland, you know? It's good to have you here. You understand the struggles. Yeah, not the best game from a touchdown perspective from Hickenbottom, but we got the job done. We got the results. This looks like the year. Love the Datsuk jersey. It's my favorite Red Wings jersey ever. I mean, just a lot of people don't like the kind of off-white cream color on a lot of the Reebok jerseys back in the day. I thought they all looked great. Okay. All right, let's go. We can do this. We can do this. It is Buffalo. If we lose to Buffalo again, I might have to resign. You can look at them as maybe the biggest reason as to why we didn't get promoted last. We need this. We so desperately need this particular result. I'll just go on this streak and still end up in the Sun Belt. Don't say that. You're probably right. All right, we got a free safety, Ben Hill, who was actually an athlete. Middle linebacker, Pat Moss. Left tackle, Freddie Toth. He was an athlete. Clark, we get the wideout we needed in Washington. Another wideout in Keys. Another linebacker in Hughes. A corner, another wideout. Let's fucking go, man. We are killing it on this recruitment class. So technically, it's now a quarterback and a tight end. That's all that we need. These are the players left on the board. We might want to be a little bit careful. 9 scholarships for 12 people. We brought in a crap load of linebackers this year, too. We got to keep an eye on this. Everybody can go to the max 500 points, though. And we'll see. Tuned in during that loss to Buffalo. Yeah. I've had some losses that have oh boy, that have not been great. I think we're gonna take out Andre Tyler, and we're also gonna take out the punter Robbie Jacobs. If we get Frank Jones, we'll be good at tight end in terms of need. The quality of the guys aren't great though. Right now they are. The guys we have on roster are awesome at tight end. Kick the shit out of them. Please just kick the ever-loving hell out of Buffalo. I am begging you, gentlemen. Begging you. Please. Don't lose to Buffalo again. Don't let them be our trap game. They have a really good defense, but how many opponents have they played with an offense like ours? I want Buffalo to turn into Marshall. It could be that type of trap game, unfortunately. The Marshall game happened on our home turf as well, if I'm not mistaken. We will defer as we do. All right, boys. We need another dominant performance here. 7-0, 14-0, 14-3, 17-3. 24-3, 31-3. Into the second half, 31-10, 38-10, 38-17, 41-17. This is the year, guys.
No touching! No touching! No touching!
No help needed. 41-17. Buffalo this year, no problem. High Noon may sacked 4 times, by the way, but may just be continuing his run to the Heisman. We might be breaking into the top 10, even though it's not the best opponent we've beaten this season. This finally looks like our year to make that jump forward. Oh my God, Georgia Southern. This could be a conference championship preview against Georgia Southern. We're going to have more good news on the recruitment front. It has been another stellar class for us, to say the least. No help needed should be a player name. You're not wrong. What's it going to be? What's the word? Our team needs have been addressed. Oh, man. A school record has been set for passing touchdowns in a season, and Wyoming are a top 10 program. 7-1 Georgia Southern. They finally lost a game and fell out of the top 25. We have 4 scholarships left with 5 dudes on the board. We obviously need to fight for Durbin and Rice primarily. Oh man, what do we do? I'm going to leave everybody at max points. for now. We got 4 scholarships left. One of them is going to have to be left out. Been here before. What was lurking? I caught the stream and you played some older games. What do you prefer? Mine's NHL. So for NHL games, I'm a fan of the older ones, man. Like even over the PS3, Xbox 360 era, like if you have to ask me what EA NHL game am I playing, I'm choosing 04 or 01. If I'm choosing any hockey game, I'm probably going with NHL 2K10. The most recent EA games for me, like for the longest time, they just, and it could be nostalgia, but they haven't clicked at the same level as those games. They just haven't. So, I'm an old school fan in that regard. An update. Louisville. I mean, they're in the 3rd tier, the American Conference, the Cardinals, and Minnesota. Minnesota, number 2 in the nation. Then you have Oregon, Georgia, Texas, USC, Georgia Tech, Auburn, Wisconsin, and your Wyoming Cowboys. I don't even know what the hell these programs are anymore. No independent teams, correct. We have I think this is the first time ever we have a 2-game buffer in the conference. We do have a game coming up against Akron. It's next week after this game against Georgia Southern. We win these next 2 games, we're going up. If this isn't the year, then the year doesn't exist. And Georgia Southern have competition, though, from Eastern Michigan. If this isn't the year, man, then it can't be. Last NHL game I bought was 21. I mean, 24 at this point might be an improvement in some aspects. It would be different enough to be interesting, but it's been small change year to year. High Noon is not currently the number 1 for the Heisman, but he's in the conversation. Big game against Georgia Southern. We have seen how good they have been this season. Should we make it to the conference championship game, they are likely our opponents. However, if we were to beat them here, there's a chance Eastern Michigan could steal that. I'd give up the Heisman for promotion. It's all about promotion. Dude, we can make the national title game this year, which would be fucking hilarious. With a team of JUCOs. The fact we're top 10 with essentially nothing but junior college transfers, aside from like 2 transfers, it's insane. And a couple of guys who auto-commit. NHL Hits, that series was awesome. That series was awesome. I do... think like if the question is like, hey, what's the one hockey game you'd play if you could only play one? It wouldn't be Hits, but the Hits series is up there as a top-notch option. We've had a lot of fun with Hits on the channel. We haven't played Hits on stream in a long time. Might be due back this summer. Who's to say?
Thanks for checking out the pregame show. NCAA college football action.
Call heads. It finally fails us.
David and I are
Is that a sign? Georgia Southern and their very glitchy sideline because it's a custom stadium. 10-0 early on for Wyoming. 17-0. Feet don't fail me now. 17-3. Our offense is stalled. 17-6. 20-6. Still 20-6, 20-13. We survived. It wasn't the prettiest win.
No touching! No touching! No touching!
But they got it done on their own. 20-13. 1 win away from guaranteed promotion with 3 games left. Is tonight the night? 58 pass attempts from High Noon. I owned 2000 moment it came out. Season mode was glitched. That's fair. I do think the gameplay for NHL 01 is outstanding, though. Very, very nostalgic, too. Is this the night? We have waited 6 long years for it to finally happen. It's Akron. We know they're our greatest competition. If we win, we go up. After all of this time. And it's funny because it's like I should be hyped about being a top 10 team, and Jesus Christ, we might make the fucking national title game this year for all I know if we keep winning. I just want promotion. Come on. More good news recruitment-wise? I think that does mean we're technically going to miss out on one of the super high-rated dudes that was left. But it is what it is. We are number 6 in the nation. Yeah, we did. I didn't expect all of those dudes to commit. We're going to be out for Ricky Durbin, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, this dude's 6'7", 230 pounds, who could have been a wide receiver. 90 speed at 6'7". I fucked that up. I'll just fess up to that. I fucked that up. I'm not going to give up on him. But yeah, I should have taken out one of the lower level guys just in case, but I didn't expect 4 out of 5 to commit that week. And he could have been one of them, so. We'll see what happens. We won't give up on him. Maybe we can fight for him and he'll non-scholarship commit. He won't. I fucked that one up. I fess up to it. It's fine. We are number 6 in the nation. Minnesota is the number 1 team right now. Unanimous number 1. Texas, USC, Georgia Tech, Wisconsin, and Texas Tech, despite 3 losses, are number 7. Heisman watch. High Noon still in the mix. Still in the mix. He hasn't been as dominant lately. If we beat the Akron Zips, I think we're already up, guys, because they lost. I think if we beat Akron, we're up. We might technically be up already, but technically if we lose out Colorado, Akron, we have to beat Akron, because if we lose out, we have the head-to-head tiebreaker over Colorado State and Coastal Carolina. If we beat Akron, we're going up. This could be it. After 6 seasons, the 5-4 Akron Zips. Our final 3 games are all conference games, yes. Including this one. If we win, we're going up. We'd have to lose the final 2 games. We'd really have to lose this one, the final 3 in total.
Glad to have you with us in the studio.
A win here.
Bringing you the EA
And promotion is finally ours.
14 pregame show presented by
Look at the fans in the stands, man. Jesus.
The host site for this college football encounter, Laramie, Wyoming, nestled between the snowy ridge.
One more win.
And Laramie Range.
One more. In front of a packed house on our home turf. Will Akron play spoiler? 10-0 Wyoming. 17-0 Wyoming. 17-3. 17-6. 24-6. 31-6. 38-6. Finally. Yes. We had to wait 6 goddamn seasons.
No touching! No touching! No touching!
48-6. Wyoming will finally be leaving the Sun Belt. Jesus Christ. Oh, please don't tell me High Noon got hurt. Please don't tell me Hickenbottom got hurt and that we just sat him. 48-6 over Akron. We have finally gotten promotion. Heartbreak after heartbreak. One loss too many after one loss too many. And we are finally moving up to the second last tier in our conference system. We could very well be a top 5 program this year as well. Even if we win the Natty this year, we keep going until we hit that top 6. Bowling Green is next. I'm so mad I fucked up for that wide receiver. I'll always find something to be disappointed in. 8 straight wins, 50 touchdowns on the year. There was a school record of 16 receptions that game. We're number 4. And we cannot be caught. How beautiful it is to see it. We are finally moving up. No idea who our opponent will be yet. We're finally leaving the Sun Belt. High Noon is very much in the running for the Heisman. Our outlook right now is tremendous. I'm just so damn happy and relieved right now. And we could seriously find ourselves in the national title game if we win these next 2 games. Texas, USC, and Wisconsin. We have 2 votes to be the number 1 team in the nation. If we do our job and win these final 2 games and somebody else slips up, we could find ourselves in the national title game. It was asked before the season, national title or promotion, what happens first? And I have a response to that. I have one simple response. And that is summed up in the form of this GIF. Why not both?